Landlocked, many people living here in Oklahoma have never experienced a hurricane, mainly tornadoes and earthquakes. Well, I'm joined by reporter Micah Hatfield, and she is from the Houston area. And you've been through hurricanes down in Texas and tornadoes here in Oklahoma. What do you see?
I sure have, and I think one of the biggest differences is the amount of time you have to prepare. You know, we saw earlier this month, you really didn't have much time to prepare for those tornadoes, but in hurricanes, water, food, and gas are all gone by the time the storm hits. But I spoke to a storm chaser tonight who's from Oklahoma but rode out Hurricane Harvey out on the Texas coast, and he broke down the differences.
Kyle Sivadon, originally from Mounds, Oklahoma, has chased at least 25 tornadoes in his lifetime and even used to teach meteorology in Okemah. Even with his extensive knowledge of weather, Sivadon had never been through a hurricane. Now living outside of San Antonio, he decided to head to the coast this weekend and see what Hurricane Harvey was like.
It was pretty much bumper to bumper, people coming north into San Antonio, and I was one of the only ones headed to the coast.
Not something he's seen in his time covering tornadoes, because the warnings don't come as far in advance. He said when he got to the coast, most people had evacuated and businesses shut down. Sivadon compared the damage to an EF1 or EF2 tornado, but with a much wider reach.
It was just on and on and on, so a very different type of intensity than what we would see in Oklahoma during a tornado.
Sivadon says the strong winds in a tornado pass after minutes and you can go outside. But in Hurricane Harvey, the winds were not quite as intense, but lasted several hours.
And the winds just never stopped.
He says the most intense tornado he ever chased was the one that hit Moore in 2013. Sivadon says the damage done in that tornado was worse than what Hurricane Harvey left behind when it came ashore. It's the aftermath that's destroying southeast Texas.
With all the flooding that's still going on, the damage here is going to end up being a lot worse.
And I agree with what he said. I've been watching the coverage all day, watching those waters rise, making sure that my family and friends back home are safe.
And they are so far?
They are.
Okay, good news there. Thanks, Micah.
Thanks.
Well, new at 10, many